Hello, everyone. Okay, thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, honey. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what is going on. And y'all know why y'all here. Okay, y'all see the thumbnail. Okay, y'all see the title of this video. We all know that we are all having to suffer through. Okay, the foolishness that is Monique, Daddy's son, and DL Hughley, and not everyone else that has been brought into it, including us as the world. Okay, the world, Craig. I want to make sure that everyone has already subscribed to my channel to become a whole JayBird, don, and don. Okay, y'all know to follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG and also on Twitter. And y'all know, like, comment, share, subscribe, all those things that we say every single time. Okay, but y'all know. Okay, that I know we all tired of it. I know, cause I am too. Cause I be having to watch it one time and come back and watch it again with y'all. Okay, but however, we are here to be entertained by commentary. Look, I seen people comment on my last video, like, I thought you was gonna let us watch the video without interruption. I wish you would stop having so much look, y'all know when y'all come here for this, you're not coming here to just watch the video by itself. It's me and my commentary. So anyone who is here who wants to do anything else than that, please, you can go ahead and click off of the video. Okay, because we're going to have a conversation about what, we are seeing around here on the screen, on the lives, on the IGs, and all of that. Okay, but thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you to all of the live watchers, and also to those who will be watching the re of the play. Okay, the re of the play. Okay, hello to everyone around here. I just have to pop up. I'm ready. Got my drink. Hey, I got me some water. I'm so damn tired of these two. Monique is telling us the actress who, in a very short period of time, has become a joke. Now it's the fault of the black woman that didn't jump on her bandwagon girl by. Yeah, she was for sure trying to blame everyone except her or her husband for what we're all now having to go through, which is, I feel like it's a group chat. We're on the group chat, okay? And we aggravated with the group chat. And we're here to discuss the group chat of it all. I can't with them. Monique and Daddy's son getting on my nerves. Where the kids ain't the summertime. Take the kids on vacation or something. I agree. Let's go. Okay. Come on in. Time for the live. Take a chance to like the video. I'm tired of big mouth emojis. I was thinking dirt and taking low blows, but want to be on some love. Hey, my babies. Hey, my loves. You know, she does it all the time. No, she really do. Again, hello to everybody. I'm trying to scroll down so I can kind of get y'all know the first 5 minutes, 5 or so minutes. I was, had the little intro thing playing, because I was almost not dozing off, but I was confused because I was paying attention. But yeah, she went live again, honey. We are here to watch and talk about what was said. Now, look, I tried to do a whole cut down of it. I tried my best, y'all. The reason I pushed this from 2, I think it was at 2:30 at first. I think it was at 3 at first, and I pushed it to 3:30 because I was trying to cut down. This is an hour. Now, this will not be no 3-hour and 26-minute live. No, ma'am. No, sir. Okay, we ain't gonna do that. However, we will sit and listen to what they said because again, it's time to it's things to discuss. Okay, and whatever. But I'm trying to give folks time to come into the room. Okay, so that no one can answer. Am I late? Did I miss it? I can't believe Monique isn't done yet. Right? I really felt like once she was on stage, the back and forth on IG, DL did his live, not live, but he did his like 7-minute or 6-minute response on his radio show. She then did a whole 66-minute live, 2 days ago. I didn't think she would come live again, but she did. Okay, the saga continues. Okay, but I feel like this is the finale. Okay, the only thing that should come after this is if we see her and DL and Steve Harvey and whoever else have a full-fledged conversation together. Okay, what it will not be is her coming on to talk more about what she got going on. Okay, so I'm like, I just don't have time for it. I don't have time for it. Okay. I don't want her to come on no more time trying to explain away anything. I hope this is the finale. The only other thing we can talk about is if she come on here and talk with DL. Okay. They didn't really we're gonna get into it. We gonna get into it. Who she thinks were the three people? But I don't know. But and this is the thing. People like Monique, and I swear I have no issue with that, mamas. I really don't. I'm not my sweet babies. Okay, I'm saying let's sippy sip. Okay. Yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday. Okay. Hughley in chat. I'm over Monique and Daddy's son. I've been peeped that this was them dog whistling and pandering for Mo's personal gain and vendettas. And that's what it was. Hey, Tony. Okay, that's for sure what it was. Yeah, I'm definitely starting not to. I'm sorry. I'm definitely starting to blah 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 blah. I'm definitely starting not to see it for her. She's a great gaslighter. Her husband is an agent of chaos. She needs to find new management. His personal contact. I'm sorry. Maybe their personal contact blinds them both. I agree. Okay. It's just some bull of the shit. Okay, it's just some bullshit. I'm only watching because I like you. Jaylee, what I was thinking about Monique at this point. I appreciate everyone who was, her better be sick of me. Okay? Her better be sick of me was Monique. Okay? But I am happy that people who are sick of Monique, but they enjoy me, are here to watch along as, we give commentary. Here go Daddy's son with another dumbass hat. Okay? Look, I laughing still. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. Okay. I was like, that's kind of what it is. Soon Monique is gonna get physical if no one takes her side. I hope she don't. I really hope she don't. I don't want it to happen. Suffering through the group chat. Okay. Why are they doing this? What was the reason? What was the reason? We don't know. We have no idea what was the reason that, she wanted to come around here and do this. Okay. But we've been about almost 10 minutes in. So again, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to skip through some of these comments. I really hate skipping through this a lot. Okay. We are all suffering together. Okay. This is the group therapy session. Okay. If there was ever a Survivor Monique Live, it is this right here. Okay, that is what it is. Okay, because it's like, what else can we do? What else can we do? Now, I want to remind y'all, okay, that I will be live tomorrow around 3, could be 4, I don't know, sometime tomorrow. You have to subscribe to my channel to know, because I'm always changing times, because if something happens, I got to push stuff back. But sometime tomorrow, hopefully around 3 p.m., I'm going to review on P-Valley and also to put a ring on the finale. P-Valley came on at midnight last night. It was an amazing episode. So that live review will be up tomorrow, again, 3 p.m., and we're also going to discuss the put a ring on it season finale. But today, right now, at this moment, okay, we're going to get into what this lady said, her daddy's son, okay, because not again, but we're here again. So I want everyone to, to know we're going to talk. Now, I'll probably also be live later on today to discuss, Marceau, comment of Wanda Martell, and also Wanda, who interviewed with Marcella last night. I'm going to probably come on later on tonight and have that little conversation. Okay, so come on back around here. Probably around 7 o'clock tonight, we can do that and whatnot. But let's get into, I forgot y'all. Hi. I forgot I had no pop on screen yet. I didn't think today. So, but let's get into Monique, okay?
Because we truly need to have this conversation. And let me just say this. We want to thank everybody that's going to join us right now. I'm sorry, babe.
No.
We want to thank everybody that's going to give us your time and come on in the room. Come on. And we want you to tag the ones that has the most to say.
Oh, she talking to me. I think that was to me, because I was having the most to say. My signal going in and out, y'all, so I hate when the resolution looks stupid. But again, I'm going to stay off camera until it gets a little bit steady. But she was talking about me, because I have them. I mean, I'm not saying for real, but I'm saying, like, I'm a person who has a lot to say. Like, no one tagged me in it, but I felt attacked.
Come on, my babies. Hey, my sweet babies. To all of y'all. Now, some of y'all in your feelings and y'all don't want to be my sweet babies right now. But if you in here, hey, my sweet babies, let's have this conversation. So,
And please excuse the background noise. We didn't know when we started this that the
Yes, Daddy.
landscapers was gonna come.
Please go tell them to stop. We're gonna get them to stop, my babies. Let's have this conversation, please. Earlier today, we did a post. And we did a post.
I do feel like she made sure the girl shoulders in the shot. I feel like she's seen my life. I'm like, someone said, Monique, Jaylee said that your shoulders ain't in this thing. She said, we need to see your shoulders fully in front. Because you notice when they were the long way, you could see them both. I just feel like that was because of me. I'm just going to say that right there. Okay? But let's keep going.
With D.L. Hughley having a conversation about how his daughter was violated from a really good friend of his. And at the time, he didn't say anything because he didn't want to jeopardize that relationship with a really good friend. And he didn't believe his daughter. We posted that.
So, here's a video that Monique and Daddy's son posted on her page earlier today, which a lot of people was like, why did you post that? What was the point of doing that? Okay. And I want to make sure that y'all know this interview that DL did was not about his daughter. It wasn't about Monique at all. Because I went and found it. It was when he was talking with Sway. And it was about a whole bunch of things. And this part of it was him speaking on how Bill of the Cosby would have the power to block someone's career. So people were not speaking up about what Bill of the Cosby was doing based on his power in the industry. Okay, so that's where this conversation came from. He was also saying how he don't see it for Bill Cosby. And once all the things came out about Bill, you know, the fact that Bill was an amazing comedian or actor, he was also a monster. You know, it was yin and yang, you know, so one thing does not cancel out the other. So I wanted to, you know, say that because they didn't play that part of the interview. Okay, but let's keep going.
Not gonna air. I said the fucking ain't, right? And I thought it would. 10 minutes later, 5 to 10 minutes later, the people from Kiss FM and MS Communication came down, took that tape, said if it airs, you'll never work on radio again. Took it from everybody. Said this better never air. And it did not.
And it did not air.
I'm telling you, that's true shit. I swear that on my kids.
And the interview that did not air was him going back and forth with Bill Cosby on air. So again, they didn't put that part on our page. She didn't put the part of him leading up to this conversation or how he was saying his point was people in power can do things to hinder things, and how people who love that person so much is blinded by that, and that's how things happen. But again, I'm let it go.
So I know he's powerful enough to make that up.
So now you don't think so you're telling this story now.
I told it then. I told it on Tom Jones. No, this is not. No, this is.
You told the story.
Oh yeah, I swear to God. See, people only hear what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Like I had known this for a long time and said it a long time ago. I remember I was on Tom Jones' show. He's the one that got me my radio show, and I was on his show, and I told him, "Don't talk about Mr. Cosby like that." They really have this idea, like you can be, like I said, you can be profane, you can be profound, He's a lot of is. He's a humorist.
Yeah.
He's a benevolent. He's a humorist. He's a humanitarian, and he's a rapist. That's the way that you can be all them.
Wow. To be all those.
Man, I lived next door to a dude, man. He took me to the free clinic. He told me about life. And he also was raping his daughter the whole time and went to jail. So to me, he's always gonna be the dude who did everybody's do it. How come when people do stuff like this, they're always above reproach, nobody ever believes them, and then it's always a lot of victims. And it's always and the reason it hits home to me is because my youngest daughter said something happened to her, and because it was somebody I like, I didn't believe her. And I'll never get that back. She'll never. I'm supposed to protect her, and I'll never get that back. That she told her father something, and he didn't do nothing about it because it was inconvenient. So I could see how that could play.
Right.
And there's so many everybody wandering around why women are mad and why people are like that. Look at the shit they go through. Yeah. Like when she said on Color Purple, a girl child ain't safe in the family for the minute. That's fucking true. And it's just that he is categorically everybody you ever see is like priests who are above reproach, or coaches who are above reproach.
Right. Teacher.
Nobody teacher. They would never. Why are you? somebody's boyfriend. I watch y'all with you. And he played on that. And to this date, he's never said.
And then we left the caption.
I was on mute. What DL was doing, in my opinion, was he was speaking from a place of knowing based on what he did. He was saying, I was a person who did not believe something because of who I liked or because of what I thought they were. And people don't get, he was making a point because he had done it. He was saying people were believing Bill of the Cosby based on who he was, not based on what he had been doing, how people are monsters and our brains can't sometimes we can't wrap our minds around what they actually did. He was speaking from a place of, my daughter told me something, because I was so blind to who somebody really was, I did not believe her. He was also saying I was supposed to protect her, and he didn't. I was supposed to believe her, and I didn't. And I can't go back and fix that. So because of what I did then, I'm trying to be better about that now by saying people in power will take advantage of others based on the power they have. So you're trying to pull his daughter's situation into something that had nothing to do with anything between you and that man at all. And I can speak from a point of someone who was taken advantage of, me personally. So I don't want anyone to feel like Monique is from a point of, well, she was also a victim too, but so was I, but I'm not fucked up like Monique is. And I would never take my personal issue with somebody, exploit their daughter's situation, and then try to say, well, because DL brought it up, I can speak on it. That isn't true, because you don't know that lady. You don't know that lady. And DL did not speak up in a point, because she also brought up how, he didn't expound on whatever else, happened between him and the daughter. Okay. And I was like, but that's on bullshit, because his point was not about his daughter. His point was, I was a person who did not believe someone, and I was fucked up for that, and I can't take that back. The same way people are not believing the victims who were accusing Cosby of Bill of doing things too. Bull of the shit. Okay. Hey, Rain. Okay. Hey, Karla. I gotta see my people. So it's like people, when I say, that's why I come on here and kind of talk through it, because you have to remember that it's easy for someone to go somewhere and speak for an hour about bullshit and make people think it's about something different. You played the clip of that man speaking on something else and pulled 4 seconds of a statement he made and then made it about that. And that ain't what it is. That ain't what it is. But let's keep listening.
Under that, pretty much saying, if that black man couldn't put any protection around his own daughter, we know we have nothing coming. Now, once we posted that, the reason why I said, Daddy, can we go do a live? Because I was
not asking Daddy, son, can you go live? Not asking Daddy, son. Right. She's conflicting issues. Okay. She's conflicting issues. And the reason she's doing it is because she knows people will buy into it. And that's the sad part. And what type of father doesn't believe their daughter? And we're not gonna call that man gay. A lot of parents, mothers, because there are a lot of mothers who did not believe their daughters. There are a lot of fathers who did not believe their daughters. That was Dio's point. See, y'all missing it, but it's okay, because I'm here to explain. That was Dio's point. His point was, we miss shit based on us feeling like we know more than our child knows. That was his whole point. He said, my daughter told me something and I did not believe her because of my brain thinking the person I knew would not do that. And people will use that to make you believe they ain't the monster that they are. That was his whole point. The fact that he's admitting that he did not believe his daughter and taking ownership of that wrong he did, to me, speaks volumes. Because many parents who their child told them and they did nothing, would never admit that. For me in my life, I never told my mom about what happened when I was a kid till I was a teenager. And she was pissed. Okay, please believe Mama Lee was pissed because she did not know. Because had she known, where I killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a difference. People have to know that some people know they did wrong. Like, in my opinion, that DL is saying that he knew I can't go back. And that was the thing. So a lot of parents do not believe their children. And it's a great thing for a parent to admit, I did not believe my kid. Because that makes other parents realize if you did not, you need to own that and fix that. But let's keep listening.
Reading the comments on the timeline, and most of them are from black women. And they're saying, some, Monique, what does this have to do with your contract? What does this have to do? You're going too far. What does this have to do with your contract? Let me tell you what it has to do with my contract. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. It has nothing at all to do with my contract. What it has to do with is the character of the man named D.L. Hughley. That's what this has to do with. And let me acknowledge, D.L. Hughley did apologize. He said he apologized. And y'all are saying, Monique, he owned his mistake. Let me say this to you. Though he owned it, it does not erase the trauma. And when we talk about the character of the individual, for years, D.L. Hughley has given his commentary and his opinion on other people's lives, not just mine, for years.
And let me speak on that. Her saying that him apologizing, him acknowledging his wrong would not erase his daughter's pain. Nothing will erase her pain, including you bringing it back up, including you exploiting it. It won't. Nothing takes the pain away from being cheated on, from being abused, from being molested, from being raped. Nothing takes away that pain, that guilt, that shame. Nothing takes it away. However, what also doesn't help is anyone using that in a platform to go against their father who admitted his wrongdoing in it. And I think that's the issue that me as a woman, as a black woman, as a survivor of different things in life. So I tell y'all all the time, I be speaking from a place of knowing shit. And Monique is trying to gaslight us into backing her by being a black woman, by being a plus size woman, by being marginalized, by being a survivor of what she went through. She using that shit and I don't like it at all. Because for her to say, even if he apologized, that don't matter. Who says that? Who says someone acknowledging? If that's the case, then everyone can do wrong and no one can ever do right. An apology is not meant to erase, take away anyone's actual trauma from what happened. It's the acknowledgement that something happened and you feel bad for what you did. And you want people to be honest in that. Boom. No one says apology erases trauma, but you bring it back and it doesn't help at all. People grow up and they change, though, just like she changed when she married daddy. Is his daughter still around? I think she is. And I think it can be, because this is the thing. I don't think many people really knew about the interview he did. And now everyone will bring that back up. So now that his daughter has to relive her trauma, and not only the trauma what she went through with that person who hurt her, but also the fact her daddy did not believe her. And who knows if her and DL were in a better place now, and you bringing shit back up, making it seem like he was still wrong. At this point, it's more of her getting herself blacklisted because no one wants to deal with this mess when you don't get your way. I agree. Mo needs to question her husband's character because of what she's doing. I think she should question his motives. But I also feel like she supports the bullshit that he's doing. And Monique doing the live talking about his daughter is very it is. This is the thing. It's not only triggering to his daughter, it's triggering to other victims. You are not supposed to out or speak on anyone else's trauma when it has nothing to do with you. Had Dio's daughter reached out to her and said, "Hey, I'm still pissed because my dad did this to me," then by all means. By all means, I would live with it. My daughter didn't tell me, and it was a female. But as soon as she told me, I 100% believed it. She's a bit shitty to speak on a lot of stuff that she's speaking on, and that's the thing. I think people don't get. It's not your place to speak on it. DL could because it was his daughter, and he's aware of their situation. And again, I want to reiterate, when he spoke on it, the conversation wasn't even about the daughter. The conversation was about people doing things and not believing people when they should. And he then put his own personal, connection to it. But then he also left it at that because it wasn't about that. But he don't get that. Right. He apologized. Said, and he owned what he did. And it's like, put Monique on bullshit. Let's keep listening.
And he would give the ins and outs.
Hold on.
We sorry, baby, because, okay, they just must have thought we meant just for a second.
Your husband ain't shit. Daddy's son couldn't even get the damn lawnmower man to not lawnmower no more. If he can't get the lawnmower man to not lawnmower, what kind of manager is he? He can't manage goddamn lawnmower. Get off my, oh, that made me so mad.
But hold on, he get ready to shut it down. This is a conversation, in my humble opinion, that our community needs to hear and wrap our minds around, because we're getting caught up in the fluff, y'all. We're getting caught up in the fluff of shit, and we're not trying to deal with the facts of shit. We getting distracted. So when y'all are saying to me, Monique, this is so immature, Monique, this is so wrong, I'll take that. Because when I'm watching our community fall apart at a rapid race, because we too afraid to have the real conversations, and y'all keep saying, let's do it privately, because we too afraid to look embarrassed in front of who? In front of who? And we watching us. So for the ones that say, oh, Monique, you could handle this differently, this my swing at the bat. This my swing. This my swing. This is our swing at that bat. So we're going to take our swing.
Right. It went from being about the contract to it's not about the contract. Then it became about the post interview, the past interviews. So now it's about him not believing his daughter. And that's my thing. It's whistleblowing. It's gaslighting. It's her continuously changing the narrative to get more people on her bandwagon. And anyone who wants to bring attention to abuse of adults, children, women, I am all for that. Okay, I am all for it. We want to have a true, honest conversation about things that we as women have gone through. We do know in some households, women and children are not safe in a room full of men. We know that. But she's conflating points. She's confusing folks, and she's trying to make it seem as if, okay, DL is the problem. It isn't even DL per se. It isn't. It isn't at all. But the issue is you are making points where there doesn't need to be one. You are bringing us into your bullshit. You had a personal vendetta about this man based on a goddamn gone question asked to you back in 2000 or whatever it was, and you held on to that shit till 2022. And now you want to bring in his daughter. You want to bring in other people who are victims. You want to weaponize everything to make anyone who goes against you seem like the enemy. Because it's easy to say, hey, my sweet babies, I am here to help this and that and that and this. And if you can't see that, then you are the problem. It's easy to do that because some folks fall for that shit. Some folks feel like, okay, as a Black woman, how can I be against this other Black woman? How can I do that? That means she know what she know what she's doing to people who do not want to seem like they're against something. She know what she's doing because she's an agent of chaos. You can't say it was one issue and then every time you speak, you make it a different issue. It's no longer about the contract. It's no longer about, the questions you were asked years ago. It's no longer about he came to your house at one time with them other 10 strangers and you gave them some hot dogs and stuff for the Tyson fight. It's no longer about that. It's no longer about the contract, that you feel like, he played. It's not about that. You consistently keep changing the narrative. And as much as she's saying, look at a person who would not believe their child, that is a fucked up thing. No one is negating that. Not even DL. Not even DL defended the reason why he did not believe his daughter. He gave the reason he did it, but never said he was right in that. He was saying that was crazy for him to not believe someone based on someone else, especially his daughter. And a lot of parents do not believe their kids, but she's pulling us into it so that way it seems like she's for the people. Because we have to support each other as Black men and Black women. However, as we see for the past week, she has been completely trying to tear DL down because she was mad about that question. And even speaking on her saying what he spoke on me for years. He was speaking on what you were saying in the media and around the world, Craig. And he was also doing what other folks kept doing too. Speaking about how she seemed a bit unstable, a bit bitter. DL, in my opinion, wasn't doing anything different than I'm doing right now. Or anybody else who comments and speaks on, celebrity gossip and news. Just gonna say that, okay? I'm gonna let her talk a little. I'm gonna be quiet for a little minute.
Thank you, baby.
No worries.
So let me get back to what I was saying. When you start addressing the character of the man, when you really look into what is happening, when a man says, I was not strong enough to defend my daughter against a really, really good friend of mine because I didn't want to jeopardize the friendship. Though he apologized, you have to ask yourself, what kind of demons is that man dealing with that he couldn't stand up to the predator of his child?
Now, see how she's saying the words? I was going to shut up, but I couldn't shut up. I was going to be quiet, but I can't be quiet. Her saying that he was not strong enough, that ain't what he said. I want to point that out. That ain't what he said. And again, she gaslighting y'all into thinking, oh, he must have demons in him. He must have what is he dealing with? What are any of us dealing with on a daily basis? That ain't what he said. That ain't what we said he said, or what we saw him say. All he said was, I did not believe her based on me thinking I knew the person better than she did. I didn't believe my child because I thought my friend would not do that. But he said that by also saying he was wrong. He said that to prove how people should not do that. Again, she's conflating points, y'all. And now she's attaching, okay, what kind of demons was he dealing with to not believe his daughter? A lot of people are dealing with demons on an everyday basis. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to make sure that people are aware. DL was not defending what he did. I want to make that clear. He was not defending what he did. He was calling himself out by saying, I did not believe my child and I was wrong and I can't go back and change that. People use their power to make things happen. I just want to be sure I'm making that clear. And again, y'all know I'm team JayLeesCorner. I'm not team Monique. I'm not team DL. But I feel like, again, Monique on bullshit.
Of his child. But that same man goes on his radio show and talks about people as if he was sitting in the meetings, as if he was making their life decisions, as if his opinion mattered in their choices. So
the same way she's speaking on DL and his daughter, as if she said on any conversation that his daughter had with him. She's speaking right now from a point of as if she is any more aware of what went on in that lady life, in that man life, than any of us. It's hypocritical for someone to say, how dare anyone speak on anyone else whose shoes they're not walking in? And everyone in this world does that on a daily basis. Everyone. Everyone. Me included. Because everyone has an opinion based on what we think we know. The difference with me and Monique right now is I'm not trying to villainize anyone else based on little to no information. We are now able to judge Monique based on her own words, her own actions, and her own admittance. That's the difference. You making it seem as if him speaking an opinion based on situations makes him a crazy, deranged man who we can't trust, who wasn't able to protect his daughter. And to me, that's a cop-out. Because the person who was at fault for the daughter situation is the person who hurt the daughter. And to my knowledge, I believe the daughter told him what happened after the fact. That what had happened, before. And he did not, you know what I'm saying, but in my opinion, retaliate. I believe that's what the daughter was probably telling him. I don't believe he was saying that his daughter was telling him what was currently happening and he did nothing to stop it. But he still took ownership of that. And as Goddess Godiva was saying, okay, around here, his interview was based on people liking Bill of the Cosby and exercising his behavior because he was likable. And then he proved that point by making himself an example. Monique is knowing that people won't dig that deep. They'll hear someone saying, I didn't do this. And then her saying, I can't believe you did that. And boom, people hate DL. And I think that's why some people do not admit to their faults. Because once you admit to your fault, you are then judged based on the place you may no longer be. And conversations are amazing to be had. We have to have conversations. But when you out here, and you don't want to acknowledge that people need to own up to their shit and feel sorry for that. And that's a part of healing. In my opinion. Okay. 2 snakes in the grass biting the nation with their venom. Ain't that about a hiss? Okay. Ain't that about a hiss? But again, some people will listen to the surface of what she's saying and run with that. Some folk won't go back because I was like, let me go see the whole, what he was really saying in that video. And I'm like, that video wasn't even about his daughter. He was talking about how people should not do what he did. It's like a gangbanger, the Crips and people from back in the Crips and Bloods back in the day who was out bloodbathing shit before, had went to prison or whatever, and years later was speak from a place of, hey, don't do what I did. We have to remember somebody has to be an example. Someone has to speak from a place of, I used to do this and now I'm doing that because what I did then wasn't right. Let me admit to my fault. And people don't get, you have to admit to your fault and admit your mistakes in order to help other people to not do that. And that's on P. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, clicks and views. Just sending love because you keep great content coming. What up, though? What up, dude? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I don't like people who put out information and make everybody be pissed. I don't like anyone who said they want to come from a place of supporting black men and black women, but you are trying to villainize DL for more than what he's actually done. And I don't know that man in real life. And I don't know her in real life. But when she puts out these clickbaits and these dog whistles, people is latching on. And we can't do that. Okay? But let's listen some more.
When I say, listen, y'all, it was important for me to make that post because there are so many little girls out there with daddies like DL.
And let me try to adjust this because
Daddy son.
reference to being sideways.
Well, I can hold it, Daddy. If
Well,
you
let's
see the
do it.
comments.
Let's do no.
Okay.
Just it's better for them to view.
Okay, so let me address it. When y'all are asking me, is it okay to re-traumatize his daughter? Listen, y'all, let's stop playing this game. There's nothing I could say or do to re-traumatize that baby because the trauma has already set in.
And that's not true. That's not true. And as a victim, she should know that. There's a reason why on my channel, I rarely get into that shit. I rarely speak on any of that because it's triggering to anyone. Everyone's triggers are different. You're triggering the victim. You're triggering their parents. You're triggering people who had to help them through their trauma. So for her to lie up here and say, me speaking on what happened isn't triggering to her because she already had the trauma. But you speaking on it brings it back up. It brings it back up the same way some folk don't speak on dead parents or dead siblings because it's trauma that once somebody brings it up, it triggers you in any way, shape, or form. And anybody who is a victim and a survivor of any assault on their body would never intentionally bring up somebody's situation to prove a point because they don't like someone based on some bullshit from years ago. We would not bring up someone's kid who was traumatized. We would not use that as any kind of get back to them. And I'm speaking from a survivor standpoint. She triggers people. So when y'all watch my lives and y'all know me, I rarely ever touch on this shit because I'm not trying to trigger anybody. So it angered me when she kept using her victimhood as a shield of I'm innocent. Because look at me, y'all, I'm a survivor. I went through this. I have trauma too. So because I have trauma, my trauma match. No, everybody's trauma is different. One rape victim trauma ain't the same as anybody else. The same situation does not cause the same trauma. The same way two people can go through a car accident and have two different experiences, even though it's the same situation, because nothing is the same. Okay, just saying, y'all, just saying.
However, if we speak it out loudly and we say it to our community, maybe the next baby won't have to deal with the goddamn trauma. See, when I made that post, it was intentional. It was intentional. It was intentional.
And let me say this too. When we speak about the character, we don't know D.L. Hughley in the totality to speak about his character, but what we know is about his actions.
Just so y'all know, Daddy Son is about to draw a whole bunch of words together to make up some shit. Okay, so introducing Daddy Son.
So what we can say reasonably and factually is that when you have a man that said essentially that he didn't do right by his daughter, that seemed to me that it would create a level of humility that you wouldn't go after other people so vehemently in the manner that you do. So that's the moment when humility steps in and say, I have my own demons to deal with. So moving forward, the way in which I approach and go after people, I will not. You see, when Monique went on his show trying to support her friend at that time, DL, and she was asked, would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels without a condom or Corinne Steffens with a condom? That is a violation of a woman's whole position, because you're violating this black woman as you are violating your community, because you're trying to point out this is a person who is this man and this woman here, and there are implications surrounding both of them that are unsaid, which is why he chose them.
Look. Can anybody tell me what he just said? When I say he just put together a whole bunch of words to make a sentence that didn't make none of sense, I don't know what that man just said. And this is the second time I heard it. I don't know what he just said. I don't know what letters and words and alphabets he just strung together. Okay. I don't know. It makes no sense. It makes, honey, I don't know. I don't know what he said. Look, honey, when I say a whole lot of nothing, okay, a whole lot of nothing, just talking and saying nothing. But that's the gotcha. If you get folks around here long enough listening to what you're saying and don't make no damn sense, they'll forget that you full of shit. If I talk in a voice that make it seem like, because that man and that woman, he ain't say nothing. He didn't. He did not. When you put too many words together to just sound smart, you sound dumb. And what I'm saying is he talked too much and he don't say enough. I'm not saying that him in life, he don't have meaning in life, because everyone in life has meaning. However, I don't know what the fuck he just said, and I just wonder if y'all did. But let's keep going.
But now, like many sisters who have seemingly Stockholm syndrome.
Now we got Stockholm.
You've been captured and fallen in love with the captor.
Who captured me? Who we in love with? Who? What? How? Girl.
That's violating you. Because if you're protecting an individual that said, I didn't do right by my daughter, and you're hearing a black woman saying, I went on his show as a friend, but he didn't do right by me.
Again, I want y'all to get the correlation he just tried to make. The correlation he just tried to make was DL admitted in the past he did not protect his daughter. He then connected that to Monique went on the radio show and they asked Monique a question about me banging Lee Daniels or Corinne Stephens, and DL did not protect Monique in that situation, so he can't be trusted. He just tried to connect DL's daughter's situation to Monique being asked a question that she did not like. I want to make that clear. That's what he just did. Okay.
What do you guys think you have coming? What do you ladies think that you have coming? When black men or men tell you that you look like something is wrong, the reason why many of you, something is wrong, because you suffer in silence.
And please, Daddy, let me address something. When I hear y'all saying mind your business, did you say the same shit to DL when he talks about everybody's business? See, I didn't put DL's baby out there. It's an interview that's out there. DL told the story. What I did was posted the story to say, look at the character of the man. And that's
look at the actions.
The actions.
So look at the actions of what DL did back when he was with his daughter. Let's bring that up now. Okay. Let's bring in, we can't trust DL because he admittedly did not help a child. And no one is saying that is right. We know that for a fact. He should have believed his daughter. What he also said was, I should have believed my daughter. What he also did was brought up himself as an example for other people to be sure to believe people. That's what's crazy. And he was speaking on that in defense of the women accusing Bill of the Cosby. But she don't want to say that, though. She don't want to say that interview was about him speaking against what Bill of the Cosby did. Let's only speak on him saying, as an example of people defending Bill, let me tell you how I did that too and how I was wrong and how I can't go back and fix that. But let's keep going.
of the man. See, what happens is, y'all, when you listen to this man speak so much about Kanye West and how he's stalking this woman and all that he's doing, and didn't understand that man was trying to protect his babies.
So now we done flip over to DL speaking on Kanye. And I want to make something clear to people. Y'all do know that DL has a full-blown radio show. Y'all do know radio shows, TV shows, bloggers, we are literally paid to discuss what's going on in the world. We are literally paid to discuss what is going on in the world and give our opinion. Comedians go on stage and do what? Discuss what's going on in the world and give their comedic opinion on it. So Monique wants y'all to feel like that while he's out here working on his radio show or doing interviews or whatever as an entertainer, that he is personally attacking people for no reason. We all know that when Kanye West was out there stalking Kim, it had something to do with the kids, yes. At the same time, it also has something to do with leave that lady alone. Kanye did not want to leave Kim alone. Okay? But she's making it seem as if he was crazy for speaking on the Kanye West situation, which again, a lot of people spoke on, not just DL. I spoke on it. Bonnie spoke on it. Everybody. Scotty, Terrence, okay? Everyone. TMZ, Entertainment Tonight, okay? Shade Room. Everyone was speaking on what was going on with Kim and Kanye. So I want y'all to get how she's trying to make people believe he out here personally speaking on folk for no reason. Not he's a comedian, but also a radio host speaking on what's going on.
You spoke, and if you did that to my daughter, I would do something about it. Well, you're talking with a forked tongue because something was done to your baby.
And when people...
And let's be clear, if he's currently speaking about if someone did something to my child, I would do something. I think he's saying that based on what he did not do in the past. Okay? But again, she's speaking to people who are not really listening to what she's saying.
Said, oh, do you speak for all black women? Don't speak for all black women. She's speaking as a black woman for the trauma that black women had. For those of them who connect with it, you connect with it. Because the message that we're giving today is not for everyone. The message that we're trying to share today are for those individuals that are tired of being enslaved, are tired of thinking because I may have to face the wrath of the tribe, I will go along with what's wrong to save my hide. The reality is, how can a black woman expect protection from her community? How can a black woman expect that when you heard what it is that he conveyed, and worst of all, to give excuses for an individual that continuously calls out people? See, because we're not here saying that one has to be perfect. We're not sitting here saying that everyone is perfect and we've never made mistakes, but the mistakes that we make, we have to own those mistakes. And in owning those mistakes, it creates, again, a level of empathy for those who we deem have made a mistake. When you hear DL talk, he does not talk empathetically about the individuals. As he said, in reference to Monique, when she was on stage performing her job, that he eviscerates individuals in the manner that Monique eviscerated him. And what happens is when a black woman decides to stand and fight against a man for the same things that if that man called that man out, it's okay.
Come on.
Well, and we will sit back. You heard the phone call of Tyler Perry saying, I was wrong and I'm going to make it right, and it hasn't been made right. And guess what? Most people are not up in arms about it. Why?
Because your wife keep doing shit, daddy, son. That's why. Because when someone apologizes, as she said, it doesn't erase the trauma. So she still be on bullshit. The damn ink ain't dried on the goddamn BMF contract, and here you are online again going at somebody else. That's the bullshit of it all, okay? So yes, Tyler probably said, I'm sorry, I'll fix it. And Monique ain't stopped causing issues yet.
Because of something, because it affects someone so insignificant as a black woman, and then be a big black woman on top of that.
Not a big black woman. This man just said the reason no one cares is because she's a black woman. More important, she's a big black woman. So let's pull in the big women to be mad now. Let's pull in the plus size women to not be upset. I'm telling, they're trying to pull in all the demographics they feel will join in. Oh, because the big black woman, not getting her just through. Let's get upset. Girl, look, as a plus size black woman who also does commentary, Monique, her husband, is full of shit. Monique and Daddy's son is full of pure D shit because they are continuing to change the narrative. And it's a reason why he has these long diatribes of shit that just putting words together for no reason, because people won't really be listening. And it sounds good if you listen real fast, but if you listen and listen, like listen, you be like, this what? Because she a black plus size woman. Why haven't Tyler Perry, helped her? Because because this is what happened. The blowback from it all. Okay?
So for the black women out there that are in support of DL, know that it was a black man that brought it to our attention about that video, brother.
I keep saying I understand it. I keep saying I understand the conditioning and the fear and traditionally how we've done this, how we continue to do this. And when y'all are saying, Monique, why would you drag his daughter in it? Y'all not listening to the shit.
He dragged his daughter in it when he said it.
He told the story. Those are his words. If you go out there, you can see that interview. It's all over. But because I posted it on my page, now y'all are saying, Monique, why are you attacking? Let me tell y'all something, and I want to be so clear about this shit, because when I see these kind of comments, listen, when I see comments like, you're going to get blackballed again, if that is the case, then so goddamn be it, y'all. If because I'm speaking up and speaking out, but I was getting ready to say it. I don't like to say juicy words on here because the babies might be watching. But when you start getting in business with real cats, see, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, that's a real cat. See, Lee Daniels, that's a real cat. Though we had to go through the mud, baby.
She lost me at 50 Cent being a real cat. Y'all know I don't like 50 Cent. Y'all know I do not like 50 Cent. And I said to her before, I said, Monique, don't you make me have to defend 50 Cent because of your bullshit. And for her to now be saying, well, I can't be blackballed now because I'm back cool with Lee Daniels and I'm cool with 50 Cent. And they not going to blackball me. 50 Cent is only caring about 50 Cent at the end of the day. He's her asshole. Okay. We know that for a fact. Matter of fact, while she was on live, 50 Cent posted, a screenshot of the live. Okay. And his caption said, I don't know if I'm pulling up right now, y'all. The caption said, the real Monique, I love you guys too. Let's progress at a pace they haven't seen before. Work like we got to make up for lost time. The best way to get back at anyone you feel did you wrong is to do good. And what I felt like he meant was stop going on live talking shit and get to work. And I'm like, damn it, why are you out here making me have to defend 50 Cent? Why are you making me have to say he right? If you want to make moves, move in silence, okay? Show the folk who did you wrong by doing good, and this ain't no good. And I'm like, man, look, right. 50, wait, first of all, but 50 will turn on her too if her ethics not good for business. Right. And he don't protect black women at all. I said before he was going at Taraji P. Henson, trying to make her battle between, what show was it? Between Power and between Empire. He does not protect black women. And not only that, 50 Cent don't even support his oldest fucking son or the oldest son's mama. He constantly disrespects black women. So again, y'all don't think that she on bullshit while she's bigging up 50 Cent, but dissing DL? When we seen the whole play out of DL, of 50 Cent and his damn son, right? Disrespects his own son. Okay? And I'm like, the one time this nigga makes sense, I have to be supportive of him saying this shit. And I'm like, that was his way again of saying, Monique, the best way to get back at anyone you feel did you wrong is to do good. You not even doing good yet. When you have to big up 50 Cent, 50 Cent, 50 fucking Cent, who is a complete, I have said before, I said, I don't see how anybody can support him. I said the shows he makes was through his production company. I'm mad that they are good shows because I can't stand that motherfucker. And I only support the shows because of so many of the black folk who are getting their shine because of it. So I just ignore 50 Cent completely. I completely ignore him, and I focus on the positive other people who are surrounding him in the process of TV shows. But for her to say, oh, he's a good man, Savannah. No, the fuck he not. Thank you, Kaden Pat. She out here praising 50 Cent, the misogynistic and Roseanne Barr. Right. The sis Roseanne Barr. What a day. So I need y'all to get is more than what y'all think it is. She playing on y'all top. Okay?
But at the end of the day, what he proved himself to be was a stand-up black man, because a genuine I am sorry, that proves yourself to be that genuine stand-up black man.
And last thing I'm saying, because I wanted to let it play out a little bit more so we're not here that long. Monique has been blackballed for years. For years. Okay? He could have been put you on if he felt like you had been, because he knew it was no secret that Monique was going through things. When Monique first spoke up about the whole Netflix shit, he didn't come up then. He didn't do that then. At all. So let's not praise 50 Cent for being a stand-up guy, because he didn't hire you until it probably really helped his stature. Because now more folks will tune in to see if you're going to fuck up or not. But that's on P, okay?
So they out there. So for the ones that can't hold their shit, I don't want to be in business with them. Let me be clear. And for you black women, see, this is why I'm a little warm right now, y'all. I'm a little warm. Because, see, my daddy was D.L. Hughley. My daddy, even though he apologized, he went to his grave, and I still looked at him like, you a piece of shit.
And that right there, you guys, is also another reason why she don't like DL. Because he reminds her of her, he reminds him, girl, he reminds her of her father. That's it too. Because of him admitting to what he did, he reminds her of her father, which is why she called her fucking husband daddy. Unhealed trauma. The real issue. Okay? I just want y'all to know. Think about this, y'all. Monique is defending Kanye and 50 Cent. Two problematic people. Monique is falling off the deep end and she gets no more national gigs. I know why. This is the real issue. Daddy issues. This is extremely annoying and exhausting. Completely. Okay? But again, when the minute she said, my father was DL. we see the reason as to why she probably continued on disliking him. Because again, I don't think she knew about all the stuff, back in the day when she had him over at her house. But I do feel like ever since she got mad, she's been trying to build reasons to dislike that man. And I don't think what she get is the same way you feel like he reminds you of your father, you probably remind a whole bunch of people of a bitter person who was taking their own issues out on someone else.
Because you talked a good game, but when your family needed your protection, you went in your bedroom and you drank yourself to sleep. See, I know that cat. I know him. So when I saw that story and when that brother called and said, let me just give this to y'all. And y'all keep saying, oh, he apologized. He did. But when did an apology erase the trauma?
And that's not as much the issue about the apology.
Come on.
In conjunction with the trauma. And when you say you're bringing his daughter into it, what his daughter is getting right now is someone that's in alignment with her as a black woman who was abused by her brother. So that everything she has felt and everything that she feels moving forward, she knows that it's a level of confirmation, because no one knows what it is that sister went through but that sister. And the other individuals who knows what it is to be violated, especially another black woman coming to her aid, that's a level of comfort that oftentimes doesn't happen, because again, we in our black community from slavery to right now have been trained, have been conditioned. Move forward. You got work to do. Keep that under the hat. You got to be ready for tomorrow. And then all of a sudden, one day, you break down. Why? Because you're not dealing with it openly and honestly. We as a community have to stop living in secret and be honest enough to speak openly. Because if we don't, we're going to suffer in silence. And then you wake up one day, this person did something to themselves and you didn't know why. You've got, again, people that won beauty pageants and they took themselves out. Why?
So now you're bringing up the trauma of people who took their own lives. Now you're adding in other people's stories. You're adding in other stuff. They're consistently adding in other stuff to make it their issue. But take a second, y'all, and like the video. Because liking is always the thing to do. But let's keep listening, y'all.
I don't know. But we can't get better until we have these conversations aloud. I don't want to project the idea that he's a terrible human being, but it is terrible that he doesn't realize as a human being what he said he did to his daughter. And if he is contrite about what he did, or if he is sorry about what he did to his daughter, then show empathy to the other individuals out there. You can have dialogue about anybody you want to have, but there's a respectful way to do it. Because if you notice, I ain't trying to talk about him terribly.
There's a respectable way to handle all situations. But look at how they're handling this situation. None of this is respectable. Y'all done brought in people who took their own lives. You brought in D.L. Hughley's daughter situation. You brought in the Bill Cosby. You're bringing in all these other things. It's crazy. So you can't say there's a right way or a way to handle things, but the way y'all handle things, it was full of shit. Okay?
I'm not, as a black man, what I think he did and allowed to happen, I don't understand it. But what I'll say is this: we got to talk about it.
And I want to address something. And this is the sad shit, y'all. This the shit we done bought into. When I hear people, because as I read your comments, I believe I can hear you. Why is he talking? Why is he talking? Because he can. And he needs to. And he needs to. See, what we're trying to show is it's okay to trust each other. It's okay to have each other's back in a way, baby, that is so unbreakable. But when you have people like D.L. Hughley that finds a way to make fun of people's love, I want y'all to understand, baby, I'm not attacking D.L. Hughley's family by no means. I love that brother's family.
No, you don't.
What I'm doing is bringing the light as the character as to who D.L. Hughley is.
Which can also hurt his family. Because what happens when there's other children who maybe, I don't know how old his kids are, but what happens when other people hear about things that you're saying and they look at the family sideways? They, as a wife, how can you be with DL who knowingly did not help? You do. You bring light to things that had nothing to do with you or your situation because you don't like that man. He reminded you of your father, and you are just making a situation, a personal situation, everyone else's situation. And that's crazy.
So for as long as y'all don't want to hear what you really need to be listening to, I didn't put anybody out there. That interview was all over the world. D.L. Hughley told the story. I didn't put anyone out there. Those stories never go away. That's there forever. He shared the story, and I want you to listen to how he shared it. It was almost a blowover.
And if...
Because the interview was not about his daughter. The interview and the conversation wasn't even about him. He used something that he went through as an example. Y'all using everybody else's situations as examples to get back at him. But your damn daddy son as manager don't get that. Monique convinces herself that she's doing good when she's also doing more harm than anything else. She convinces herself that I can call out whoever else because I'm trying to help. I want to help my babies. And that ain't what it is. He did not have, the reason he blew over it because that wasn't the point of it. The same way you are blowing over the whole fact of you said that man took your spot as a headliner and then you went ahead and made it about everything else. You blew over the fucked up headline. I'm sorry. You blew over the people who were the promoters. You blew over that shit and went to DL. Why? Because you had a personal vendetta against him and came here to get that vendetta out your system. But we thought it was done, but it's not. Because you keep going to lie about the shit. I don't trust a dude who wear a hat all the time. What you had him, bro? Not his brain. Not his brain. He had bullshit. And I think he sit up there and try to look like, okay, I'm a supportive husband. But you on bullshit, bro, because you are allowing your wife to look foolish. And I said before, the point of a king and a queen is to protect each other. I would never allow my person to sit up on a live and sound foolish to where most more folk won't like him. You're supposed to protect your king. So the bad thing about it is he making her look dumb, but she making him look dumb too. Two dummies sitting around chit-chatting. It's crazy. It's completely crazy. And they just keep on being on bullshit.
You're wondering why I'm speaking.
Come on.
Because I'm not a star. I'm not a celebrity. Then you can understand why in your everyday life people look at you, why are you speaking? And when you're not courageous enough to speak up because people don't think that you are valid enough, you big enough, you a star, and you stay quiet, you've let them win. We don't care who's on our side as long as we're on the side of what's right. if you can prove us wrong, prove us wrong. If you can show that D.L. Hughley hasn't talked trash about people before and after he made that post, then we apologize. But if you can't show that, then you would have to ask yourself, how can a man betray his daughter by believing a friend that he likes a lot over the daughter that he's supposed to love, but then feel comfortable talking about other people and the things that they've done wrong? The only way you can do that is by not acknowledging the magnitude of what you've done wrong.
Our sweet community. Our sweet community, y'all. And we're watching it. We're watching it. We watching it. And all this privacy stuff, all this having in privacy. And there's a list out there of the people they say I had a problem with. Whoopi, Oprah, Tyler, Steve, Will Packer. Who else is on that list? Cheryl Underwood, Kim Whitley. It's quite a few people on the list. It might be about 10 people on the list. What I would suggest is get them all together. All of them. Let's do a BET town hall meeting. Let's do a meeting publicly. Let's have every last one of them tell them what their problem is with me. And what you'll find is with every last one of them, they try to bully or either talk foolishness and they got it handed back to them and they could not handle it. Get them all together.
And she keep bringing up how let's have a public town hall meeting. She wants all this to be public. Anyone who has a personal issue with someone, but will not have a personal conversation with that person, but will bring that issue to the masses, is a person who wants clout and attention. Period.
And they point out all the people that she's had a problem with. But what they fail to mention is the details of why she has a problem with them. Yeah. And why they have a collective problem. Let's delve into the specifics, because we as a community, we get caught up and we buy into generalities like a deal memo.
Look, Monique and Daddy Son can try me if they want to. They don't want to smoke. I'm from Detroit. Okay? Just saying.
People, woo, boom, bang, bang. Oh, he done dropped the bomb. He got it now. He got it now. A deal memo with no signatures, but y'all gonna question her contract because it came from our attorney. But y'all didn't notice that the deal memo came from his agent, not even from a legal standpoint. The agent. This is what they said that they wanted. That's why we got specific. So if we got to take the heat for saying we love the community so much that we're going to try to tell them the truth. We heard this wild story one time.
Let's make something clear. They keep bringing up, Daddy Son and Monique, keep bringing up how, he had a memo, we had a contract, but you didn't get what was in your contract. It doesn't matter. Because you may have had your lawyers or your whoever pull it up to send, okay, fine. You ain't get it. But they didn't care. Because their point was to get there and be around there causing chaos and burning shit down. Okay, that's what they wanted to do.
I heard about this cat that took one fish and fed a whole group of people. He walked on water. He was for the people. He hated when he saw the vendors taking advantage of the people, and he did all this good, and he died on the cross. We heard a story about that. So when you hear about a cat that we ain't came close to, in the sense of we ain't not walked on water, we ain't took one fish. Now we took some fish and may have fried it up, but there's enough fish for everybody. No miracle. And they put him on the cross. We know we ain't got nothing coming. So we not doing it for any other reason than for the people that are willing to listen. They'll hear it. For the people that don't, it's not meant for you. But when you keep getting mistreated, understand it's because you've emboldened the mistreater to take advantage of you and yours.
My and thank you for doing this live too. I guess my energy has calmed a little, because when I was reading my timeline and I was answering some of y'all back, I had to, because it was sisters. It was sisters, y'all. It's us saying that our little girls and our babies ain't worthy. It's what?
And Miss Spencer, when you say worry about yourself, that is the most selfish act you can do. Because if you worried about yourself just in the sense that you're talking about, that's selfish. But if you're truly worried about yourself from a humanitarian standpoint, that means you have to concern yourself with others. Because if you don't protect the individuals of the tribe, then there's no tribe to protect. And you are a part of the tribe, whether you want to admit it or whether you're not. Get healthy.
So, and thank you for that word, because it just brought me to this. It makes me laugh, because it's laughable, when I see y'all put, Mo, you need to heal. You need to heal. And somebody would say, or I'm saying, what is it about me that you don't think I'm healed?
Everything. All of you. The whole kit and caboodle. What isn't healed on me? Is it me? Is it my voice? Is it my actions? It's everything. Okay? Monique, if you were truly healed, you would not be saying that DL reminds you of your father with such energy that you still mad. If you were really healed, you would not be speaking on a conversation at an interview from the late 90s if you were really healed. Okay, if you were really healed, you would not get no fucks about DL Hughley speaking on folk when he is but you don't know because you don't do radio. But you should know because you do comedy. And all comedians do this. It's like you are not healed from many different things. I don't know if you're not healed from old relationships with relationships with other men, with your father, with yourself, with other women, with other comedians, or whoever else it may be. But no one can be around here acting like, sorry, y'all. The issue is with everyone else except her. That's how you know she need healing. Because some can say, okay, I may have this issue or that issue that's their fault. When all the issues is always someone else's fault, you need some healing. And if you don't see that, that's why you need healing.
Now, you're right. There was a time in my life that I needed to heal because I was traumatized, I was damaged, I was hurt. You are so right, my babies.
You're right today.
But at this point in my life,
nope.
That healing feels so good. That's why I talk out loud.
You lying.
See, there was a time when I needed to heal, but I was...
The time is now. Today. Okay?
I was holding on to secrets. I was holding on to them. And when I started talking out loud, that healing started feeling so good because I was able to say it out loud and not sleep with it.
You should only say your own healing out loud. You bring to everybody else shit.
I was able to put it on stage and not bring it home to my family. So when y'all tell me about what I should and shouldn't say on stage, that's mine.
DL's daughter situation isn't yours.
That's mine, baby. And I'm going to say what I want to on that stage because that's also my therapy. You've seen some comedians' lives. Y'all have seen the stories. But some of them took themselves out of here because they just couldn't take it. Some of them mistreated their families. They could make the world laugh, but they couldn't make themselves laugh because they was holding on to demons. I ain't holding on to it.
Yes, you are.
I'm going to say it out loud.
You bringing up shit from when Biggie and Tupac was alive. You are holding on to complete old shit.
Boldly, and I'm talking about the kind of loud where y'all like, here she go again. Here I go again.
Yeah.
Because what I have to do is be fearless for the babies that are fearful.
Stop bringing up babies who not asking you for shit. You doing more harm than good.
And don't believe they have a voice. I'm going to keep on talking, screaming, kicking to make sure that I do my best, that the ones coming after me don't have to scream or kick as loudly. So for the sisters that got a lot to say, especially the ones that know me, you have my number.
I don't have her number. She ain't talking about me. However, thank you for the super chat, Angela. She's literally an old woman being barking at the moon. She is. And again, she wants to be this, I am a freedom fighter for women. My loves, my babies. I am doing this for you, my loves. I'm not holding on to anything. I am healed. I don't have any old trauma, but you're bringing up all old shit. None of it is new. And she's disguising it as, I need to help the people behind me. Yes, show people behind you to not do what you're doing. There are different ways to get in a building besides burning it down. Because once you burn the building down, no one can go in it and help anybody else. No one.
You have my number. I saw to it that y'all had my number. See, what the black female comedians won't tell you is, I try to give my number to as many as I can to say, if you ever have any questions, if there's anything I can ever guide you on, please don't hesitate to call me.
Or just talk about it.
Or just want to talk. They won't give you that story.
You want to know why? Because the people that you want to work with, the people you want to look out to, thank you for the cash app, Lisa Edwards. Thanks so much. The reason comedians will not, help you and speak up for you, the ones that you said you gave them your number. If you want to talk, let them know, because you are an agent of chaos, and no one wants to attach themselves to somebody who's going to burn the house down. You can give me your number all you want. I don't want to. You haven't got your own shit together. So why would I want to not only admit that you're the one advising me, but that I'm associated with you? Look at what you're doing. Of course, no one wants to say, yes, Monique is helping me. No one wants to do that because of how you handle it, because they will then get blackballed too. No one wants blackballs. No one wants blackballs, okay, or to be blackballed. So yeah, no one would. I would not admit that. And people who you may give out, people who you may offer to help, they probably won't accept it publicly because of look how you act. Thank you, Ty Boogie, for the super chat. Monique only uses us when it's convenient for her. I'm sick of her, sick of someone's fault, and I ain't falling for it. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. So anybody can say, oh yeah, I know Monique. I wouldn't. I would not say she's helping me because she can't help herself. Okay?
They won't give you that.
Well, Kim Whitley was kind enough to go on Comedy Hype and talk about
bring up Kim.
You were a real friend, the type of friend that gets to the top of the mountain, as you did when y'all went up, what was that, Laurel Canyon?
Runyon, yes,
Runyon
sir.
Canyon. And then you got to the top. And as opposed to waiting for her, you went back down and you gave her your tie and you pulled up the mountain. When you have a woman that's decent enough to tell that story, but then they turn around and they attack the individual that was a friend that helped pull them up the mountain, you have to ask yourself, what type of sickness is being imposed on our community? What are we taking? How are we healing? We live in a world where pastors, preachers, they tell you, if you want prosperity, you got to pray to God. But their prosperity comes from praying on you. Now
we into the pastors. We went from Kim to, we went from Kim saying, oh, Monique helped me up on a mountain, to Kim spoke against Monique because she did some bullshit. Now we on the pastors who we do stuff again. Let's pull in all these trigger words and all these situations and all these scenarios that we know folk like to grab onto. We all know that not all pastors are good pastors. We all know that. So let's add that into the pot. Let's add into the pot. Oh yeah, they want you to believe this and that, the same way pastors want to pray on y'all when they say pray to God. Okay, yeah, let's add that in.
No, people really gonna be on up in arms about that, because don't take away our God. We're not taking away your God. We're taking the illusions that have been imposed upon you about the things that surround you every day.
Like the illusion that Monique is here for good, not here to cause chaos. Like Monique wants to create a divide. Like Monique wants to make people feel like we crazy enough to not be smart enough to know that she on bullshit.
Be comfortable in the truth. Because if you don't become comfortable in the truth, then that means you're becoming comfortable on the opposite. That's why you have a problem with what we're doing right now.
And that's why Daddy Son should shut up. Okay? Daddy Son, hush it. And I don't mean hush it because you don't matter. I mean hush it because you ain't saying them many words. You are conflating issues. You're mixing up shit. Okay, yeah, he's a car salesman. He's a car salesman. Okay. Just because what you say sounds good does not mean you're right, Daddy Son. And I need for the Daddy Son out here on bullshit, y'all.
And that you're right.
And if you have a problem with the content that we sharing, my sweet baby, click off. Click off.
No.
See, here's
that's something too. If you have an issue, don't battle me. Let me be foolish alone. Okay? Let me be dumb alone. Don't come here and question my integrity, even though my full life is for intention and for attention. Okay, listen, and for intention and attention for the bullshit. The intention is to confuse and conflate issues. The intention is to make us feel like, oh, we gotta be the ones wrong. We don't see it right. No, that's our intent. And the attention is so I know folk gonna come in here. I know if I go to a comedy show and go off on the person after me, my sweet babies, that it'll make the blogs. I can then make it a whole bigger issue, my sweet babies. Her intention, as people said, she caused a fire and she's sitting back now and watching shit burn. And anyone who questions her antics of it all, don't watch me. And I think it's, look, I never go to other folks' pages and other folks' whatever's and, disturb them at work. I don't do that. Now, I had a couple jokes on her live. I was a little bit, I asked, Daddy Son got a hat on, I'm saying, but I don't go to anyone else's place and disturb what they're saying. I'm going to watch and I'm going to come back and give my opinion on it separately, okay? But to say if you don't like it, then don't watch. If you don't like it, don't come at her on her platform. Hear what she say and then later on have an opinion. My sweet babies, okay?
It's where we get foolish. And I want to address this too because somebody said they didn't come for that. They came for a comedy show. Well, then you must have been blind and deaf. Because if you look at the video, them people was having a ball. I'm grateful when I walked out on that stage in Detroit, them beautiful folks stood to their feet. And when I left that stage in Detroit, those beautiful folks stood to their feet. So let me do my show the way I do it. And if you don't like that kind of show, then you would be a baby that would never buy tickets. We're on equal ground.
We are.
But when you come to my show, I've always talked about my life.
Your life.
And those people welcome themselves into my life.
No, ma'am.
For all those people that y'all got listed, I didn't call not one of them. Every last one of them called on me. So what happens is, my sweet people,
my sweet babies, as an actress, I didn't call on the director or the producer. They called on me. Because in life, people who are hiring call on the help. And I don't mean to help in any mean, derogatory way. I mean, actresses are usually called for roles. Unless you are this a bomb ass bitch and you make your own shit. So again, making it seem like, well, no, they are called on me. I didn't call on them. They are called on me. Then why would you blackball? How, if you didn't have to call on anyone else to work, how were you blackballed? Because you don't need folk to call on you. You can, you can do whatever. But girl, I'm gonna talk.
When the powers that be whatever that means. They've gotten so used to preying upon us because they know what you're going to do. You ain't going to do nothing. There are some men, not all, but there are some black men. Again, let me say it, not all, because there are some beautiful black men out there. But there are some black men like D.L. Hughley that like to prey on us.
So now, D.L. Hughley is a person who likes to prey on women. I don't know how we got there, but we're there now. Okay, we're there. We're to the point where she's saying DL likes to prey on women, and that's who he is. And I'm like, how did we get here? When did that happen? What did he do? Who he prey on? And again, I don't know that man like that. But how do we get here? He likes to prey on women? How? We have seen many people prey on other people. We've seen that. We've heard of folk around here who are in predicaments because we know that's what they do. We have the Aura of the Kelly. We have the Harvey of the Weinsteins. We have the Cosbys. Okay, we have many people who we know for a fact in some way, shape, or form have preyed on the female persuasion. So now she's taking her issue from, he took my spot on a tour as the closer, to a question I was asked at a interview years ago, to he didn't protect me on that interview, to he's a predator who preys on women. Also, he did not protect his daughter. Again, you see how she's just throwing shit out? And some folks is catching and eating it up. Not me, I ain't hungry. Okay? And she will rely on that. Because some folk only listen to bits and pieces. Just bits and pieces. But let's listen to her bits and her pieces.
And when you turn it around.
And by praying, meaning I can say what I want to say to you.
Come on.
But I'm going to need you to have empathy for me when the tables are turned. Empathy should be reciprocated both ways. Again, there's an old saying in sales. You can say anything you want to say, but it's about the way in which you say it. So when you listen to the way he says it, and you listen to a black woman who comes out swinging, and then you're mad that a black husband is sitting there next to him, because I'm the one that's messing up her career, let the liquor tell it. But in actuality, what's happening is you're hearing someone say, we're going to put the ethics of the way we go about making our money over just chasing a bag. Because there are many of people that have chased the bag, but they got no inner peace. When you got inner peace and then you get the bag, then what do you have? So at the end of the day, we know that we have to run the risk of telling our community, the people that we love, the truth. And when you do that, you run the risk of being disliked by the community because they didn't want to hear it. We appreciate the love from the ones that do.
I'm just, I want to think about how I'm going to phrase this. When y'all are saying to me, Monique, you should have just called him. Why? When I hear DL saying he gave me a chance to do what, DL? You're not in a position to give me a chance, brother.
Let's make something clear. He did say he gave her a chance. Okay, he did say that. But I feel like she playing dictionary. I don't think DL in any way meant that as in he's the boss, this or that or whatever. I think anybody who does not have to work with someone and they're asked to work with someone gives that person a chance to be worked with. I don't think it meant anything more than that. But she wants people to feel like he think he better than her. When I think at the end of the day, they both have illustrious careers in one way or the other. But it's true. At the end of the day, when someone said, hey, we have a show in Detroit, it will be you and Monique. Do you want to do it? I don't know. I don't know, because I've heard these things. There's been this energy between us or whatever. Because I feel like anyone who don't think over the years she has not made some kind of known energy, how she don't really rock with him, I think he knew that too. So I think him saying I gave her a chance, I gave her a chance to not prove what everyone else says as being right. And I went out to do it with her, and look what happened. I'm being burned. The fact that she's saying, why would I want to talk to him? Anyone who says, why would I want to talk to somebody I have an issue with, is delusional and an agent of chaos. Why would I want to have a conversation with somebody to clear the air? Oh, but she wants to go online and do shit. Because nothing she's done on these lives has fixed any damn thing. It's made shit worse.
You're not in a position to give me a chance.
Why is he not in a position to give you a chance?
She don't know. She confused.
I'm not. What does he do?
What do you do?
In addition to that, because when we start speaking about
he walking again,
the whole headlining and all that, he would have to be over you in order to give you a chance. And again, we're going to show you the bias that the black woman has to deal with.
Oh, let's show the bias of black women. Let's bring it back to black women. Let me activate the black women in the world.
How does a man that was part of the Kings of Comedy, who was considered the opening act,
back in 1999, 2000, 2001, Kings and Queens of Comedy came out literally 21 years ago. 21 years ago. They not even fussing about current comedy specials. They not even I'm not gonna say that. Daddy, Son, and Monique are not even bringing up any current comedy specials that either of them has done. That's like someone saying, I was prom queen back in 1972, but now you're a crackhead. Okay? And y'all know that's from New Jack City. I was prom queen. It don't matter what you were 21 years ago. If you now smoke crack, it don't matter. You are bringing up something from 21 years ago, saying I was the opener. I'm sorry. He was the opener. He was prom king. So what? 20 years ago? 20 years ago? What does that matter, my sweet babies? Nothing. Again, she can't say she is over anything and she's healed when all she bring up is completely old shit from 15 or 20 years ago. No one gonna call Monique today to book her for a comedy special based on her comedy from the Queens of Comedy. I couldn't remember who was on it. I had to Google that. I was prom queen. Every time they bring up Queens of Comedy or anything from 2 decades ago, I'm going to say what? I was prom queen, okay? Oh, crazy ass daddy son.
The opening act. And there's no shade to the opening act. You need to have him. They set the tone of the show. He was very key to what it is that was the Kings of Comedy. And by all accounts, did a great job. But we're going to discount that this man was an opener. And Monique was the headliner for the Queens of Comedy.
Monique was a headliner of the Queens of Comedy for a reason that is what it is. It's the fact that the Kings of Comedy had 4 gentlemen who at that time were very popular in comedy. Bernie Mac, Steve Harvey, Seth the Entertainer, and then DL. On theirs, it was Monique. Who was it? It was Monique. Greg, I gotta see. I don't even know. I don't remember because that's how long ago it was, for one. And that's how the female comedians at that time wasn't even, as popular as they, could have been. Let me see. I gotta go see who it was because I don't remember. Yeah, it was Adele, Samore, Monique, and Laura Hayes. Out of those 4 women, back when you was prom queen 21 years ago, you were the headliner. However, when the Kings of Comedy was done, you had 4 gentlemen who were literally the kings of comedy. Let's not also bring up the fact that the Kings of Comedy came out first, which then made y'all do the Queens of Comedy. And in my opinion, back then, Samore and Adele are more funny than Monique, in my opinion. I've always liked Samore and Adele more than Monique. Even back then, I felt that. The same way with the Kings of Comedy, my top favorite was Cedric and Bernie. So my thing is, you were prom queen. Only because I think at that time you had a TV show out. And Samore and Adele did not. But if you ask anybody who was old enough back then to be hearing their comedy, Adele and Samore are funnier than Monique, but their name wasn't as big. So that's why you were the headliner. Okay? That's what it is. Okay? Thank you, Queen Paradise, for some chat. Hopefully she has enough money saved up because she and Daddy son is destroying. Tarnish. Right. If Bernie was alive, if Patrice was alive, the other comedian Patrice, if other folk was around here, if Paul Mooney was alive, they would have roasted Monique. What the fuck are you doing? What was you doing? What happened? Okay, it's on book of the shit. Why are you here? Corey Holcomb said the Fox wasn't even sold out. I don't think it was sold out. It was a crowd there, but I don't think it was sold out. So you know what I'm saying? You on bullshit again, but I'm like, girl, the fuck bye. Let's keep listening.
And somehow he's above her. Why? So the reason why I'm here is because we know the game is designed to pimp a butterfly. In the words of Brother Kendrick Lamar, you're trying to pimp the butterfly. And what I'm saying is, as a black man sitting here,
leave Kendrick out of your foolishness, Sydney. Shut up, daddy son.
Respectfully, not on my watch. Respectfully, not on my watch. And there's many black men out there, as we can see in the comments, by the women and the men who can appreciate a couple. Now, a couple of what?
Hey, baby.
I don't know.
Hey.
But can appreciate a couple standing up simply for the community.
And let me just say this to y'all so y'all can understand this business. Because I keep saying this foolishness about he gave you a chance when his people told him not to work with you. That's not how this game works. That's not how a promoter will call and a promoter will say, I want this one, and this one. That's what the promoter will say. Right? That's not, and if you want to do the show, you say yay or nay. They've called me about 2 shows with Dale Hughley. What you need, Daddy, this? 2 shows. The one was in LA, Super Bowl weekend. He was on it, then he was off. And this one in Detroit. D.L. Hughley is an artist. That's it. He doesn't have a production. Well, I won't say that. I don't know if I'm having a production. I don't know any of that.
Necessary.
But what he wasn't in a position to do was give me a chance. And is he saying that just because he's a man? I want y'all to hear this, y'all. People that do a show with me, I don't give them a chance. That's the promoter. The promoter is paying them. The promoter is paying them. I'm not giving you a chance. Now, there some promoters will say, Monique, who would you like on the show with you?
Well, your contract allows that.
For me to say, this is who I want. But to say you were giving me a chance, DL, watch your mouth, brother. Because you selling the community fluff. What position were you in to give me a chance? When you were in a position to give someone a chance to protect them, that's not the chance you took.
And someone could argue.
So let's take it back to his daughter. In case y'all forgot, that's what she just did.
In the world of business today, if you can't provide a contract, if you don't have paperwork and a paper trail showing that you earn money, the world we live in today, people could construe that as getting paid under the table. So if you see somebody get paid under the table, but they calling you out because you actually have a contract, and I'm not saying that's what it is with DL. What I'm saying is, where's the contract and why do you handle it in that way from a business standpoint? You see what I'm saying? Because when you start talking poorly about people, one thing leads to another. You start peeling the banana back. And black women, if you start getting the treatment and the protection that you sometimes falsely try to put on a black man, then our black community would appreciate itself even more.
And for the folks that say, I'm difficult to work with, don't y'all find it strange none of them will face me? So for the cowards that's in here, they're saying, but you're difficult to work with. Well, number one, you've never worked with me. But number two, why won't any of those people face me? Why won't any of them say, this is what the difficulty was? Because what they do is bank on our community just going along with the foolishness.
No, they busy working. You know what I'm saying? Some folk, you know, like I'm off work. I don't go back to work till 13, so I have time to come around here with y'all and talk shit. Some folk is busy working. They don't have time to address you. Okay, so just stop. Just stop it.
And we oblige. We jump right on the bandwagon. That's why they're able to exploit us. That's why they're able to take advantage of us. Because what they know is they ain't going to stand together.
And when in the history of entertainment or anything else, have there been a barrage of black women trying to exploit society as we know it? The black woman has been the bearer of protection and services for the white man, the white woman, or black man. And as I've said before, who's been the one that's looked out for her historically? She's had to look out for herself, and black women get looked out for so little that it appears to be an egregious act when a black woman says, I've got to stand up for myself. And a black ass husband gonna sit there right with him.
Daddy.
That nigga.
When y'all make comments about why didn't you address the promoter, again, y'all wasn't listening. The first thing I said on stage was the promoter was raggedy. That's the first thing I said. That's the first thing I said. That the promoter was raggedy. That's the first thing I said. But y'all skipped over that.
No, you made that less of an option to focus on. You said that for like 5 seconds as people was laughing and then went straight to DL. But again, she told us the other day her whole point was to go off on DL. But now she want to say, y'all skipped over that. Y'all skipped over me saying the promoters were raggedy. No, you skipped over that. You fluffed over that shit. The saying when you said he fluffed over him and his daughter. But you did it on purpose because you went there to set the stage on fire because you had an issue with him. Okay?
See, this is the part that's really disheartening. I like to get down with my folks. I like to get down with the black promoters that call because I know how hard it is for the black promoters. So when they call, I take it as an honor, and I like to get down with them. Now, do we always run into the ones that's on the up and up? Not always. But then do we run into the ones that lay it out? See, that show I did in Philly, his name was Raymond Anthony, right? Raymond Anthony. I did a show at the Keswick in Philly the night before Detroit. When I tell you, baby, they had it laid out. His mama was there. And when you get the food from mama, his mama made that food. Then family. Then when I get upstairs, there's a caterer upstairs that then catered the food and laid it out. I mean, it was just boom, 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 laid it out. When I get to Detroit and I get upstairs to my dressing room, if I could have shown y'all what the food looked like, it looked like it was picked over, touched with, messed around, cold, no heat to it, no nothing. There's a lunch meat tray that comes in there because some of the team like that lunch meat. I said, we can't even eat that. It was so thrown together, and that was a black man, y'all, with his daughters. So I started out that the promoters was raggedy. That's how I started that out. So again, please do us a favor. Take the time out to listen to what's being said and not just what you want to hear. Now, I don't say that in judgment because there was a time I was guilty of that. There was a time Sydney and I would have conversations and I would repeat back what I thought I heard, and he would say, that's not what I said. That's not what I said, but that's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to make it to be. And he would say, repeat back exactly what I said to you. And then when I repeat back exactly what he said to me, now I got to stand there and say, that's what you said, but I repeated what I wanted to hear. So I understand it.
And Ms. All Right, when you say, why did you do the show with him? When we saw that it was seemingly becoming a problem, Monique said, hey, listen, let DL do this thing. I don't need to be on that show. Give it to him. If he got a problem with me, the promoters said, what was the episode from Good Times when they had the bad food and they had to go down to the supermarket?
Yes.
And they brought the FDA guy in and he said, well, I'll taste it. Oh, no. They wanted Monique to be on the show. So she tried to bow out gracefully. Tried to avoid any conflict. But when the promoter calls and says the reason why she has to go on to our attorney, because our attorney called in the middle of the show. When that happened, the promoter said, well, DL is not even in the building yet. So that means that he was late for the show based upon what the promoter said. That's not what we said. That's what the promoter said to our attorney. He wasn't even in the building, which some would argue that speaks to professionalism if that is in fact true. Okay? But again, you don't hear the giving, because what Monique did was she put her ego to the side and said, I'm not going to deprive the people of a show and the flow of the show because I'm being done wrong. No, they going to get what they supposed to get. But so is DL.
But so is DL. And when y'all say, what's the name of the promoters? If you go through and you look at the information, it's right there. I believe it's New Day, but look at it for yourself. The name of the promoters is right there on the run of shows. You can see it. See, once again, y'all, remember what they would say about us. If you want to give them some information, put it in a book.
If you want to hide information.
If you want to hide the information, put it in a book.
Or go live a couple times for over an hour and spit bullshit and no one will get what you mean. Okay? Thank you, DeQuasia. It seems like the bigger issue is that Monique doesn't want to put any work and maintain her status. She wants things to be owed to her. She do, because I was prom queen is what she wants. Okay? And now she wants to speak on the promoters after we kept asking her for that last week. It's crazy. Their issue is I see they are self-righteous and never find fault within themselves too. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Why aren't you giving any smoke to New Day? That's the thing. That's what it is. It's bullshit. Complete bullshit. Okay?
Because they won't open it up. They'll just take somebody's word. Y'all just willing to take this man's word and not do your homework.
The same way she wanted us to take her word that her issue that night was DL wanting her headliner spot. Like she wanted us to believe that was it. While she then went on a whole hour live. I'm sorry, it was an hour and 6 minute live making folks think she was going to say what happened, and she did not. And she then told on herself and admitted, no, I planned to do that to him the whole time. I just added in the promoter shit and the show shit just because. On bullshit.
And not do your homework. So again, as I read some of these messages in here, this is the promoter is not the issue. The promoter was the issue. It was.
Oh. Like we said, she pulled smoke and mirrors, claimed one issue at first, then changed it to being about, she always planned to do it. Then about how she was married 40 years ago. And then today is about his daughter. Again, she keeps adding more shit upon more shit upon more shit. And now she will admit, it was the promoters. It was. But you made people think it wasn't.
However, so was D.L. Hughley.
And the issue happened before.
It happened before, y'all. D.L. Hughley, again, was going to get his ass handed to him because he's always had so much to say. And then today when I did the post, let me go back for the newcomers. When I did the post, it was intentional. Not when y'all say, you're traumatizing this baby. No, he already put it out there. It's already out there, babies. What I did and what we did was said, look at the character of the person. But y'all don't want to see that. But y'all want to give me a paper.
Actions.
That's a little amazing.
Of the person.
The actions of the person. You want to keep overriding it. So once again, any of the people that's on the list, that whomever keeps posting it and putting it out there, we're willing to sit down with all of them. And when y'all say, why are y'all having this conversation? Because we need it. We need it as a community, brothers and sisters. You don't see the crumbling. You don't see the tear down of us. You don't see what's happening in our educational system with our babies. You don't see what's happening out there in our neighborhoods, because we need it. We need it. If you don't feel like we need it, then damn it, you're part of the problem. We need to have these conversations. And stop running from them. And stop wanting to do it in private. You know how many times we've been taken advantage of in private? In private?
That's where the rape happens.
See, I've tried to have conversations in private. And when I had the conversation in private with a man named Tyler Perry, however, we had to record it, because had I told y'all what he said and I didn't have his voice, y'all would have said I don't believe it. And even after I have the black man's voice saying what he did was wrong, y'all still saying, why would you record him?
Why would you record?
And y'all wonder why they don't have to pay us fairly. You wonder why they don't pay us fairly. Because we sit there and we say, why would you record the rapist? Why would you record the violator? That's the part that frustrates me with us, y'all. That's the part that makes me say, let me try to talk to my babies the best way I can. And if this is how I can reach y'all, damn it, this is how I'm going to reach y'all. If this is how we can get out, try to get into our babies and talk as best we can, then this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. See, if you notice, all the people on the list, tell me about the conversations they're having with the community. Tell me about the conversations that they're saying we got to do better. Tell me about the conversations that they're saying stick together. Tell me about the conversations that they're having with us saying we want you to have a healthy, happy marriage. Tell me about them conversations, y'all. The people you got on that list talk about boss stuff. Talk about being moguls. Talk about, listen. They talk about the airports that's flying into their home, but tell me about the ones that's talking about hold your head up. Tell me about the ones saying you got to have integrity and pride. Tell me about it. And y'all want to tell me about my performance on stage? All of y'all should be doing lives. All of y'all should be trying to reach, just at least if you can get to one.
We trying to reach you. We trying to reach you. I was prom queen, okay? We want to reach you because you want bullshit, okay? We want to reach you because you bothering us. I was relaxing, chilling out. I'm like, why is she live again? Because now I have to have a conversation, okay? Because we come here, we have a good old fun conversation each time, okay? And prom queen and Uncle Daddy is on bullshit. On complete bullshit. But let's keep this. It's not that much left, y'all. We're gonna keep listening.
Y'all get to questioning me about things, and when you have stopped to have the conversation, then you want to backpedal on what you think you're saying to me.
Like you did today?
Yeah.
You backpedal on your initial statement the whole time. Each time you go live, you backpedal and pussy pop. Pussy popping on a handstand all up and through prime queen status. Getting on our nerves. Because we can support you if you have valid points and why you don't you're doing, but you putting it on bullshit. You're making up reasons to have folks believe you, and you're conflating issue, ma'am, and we don't like it. We don't like it.
I stand firm on the things I've said. When y'all want to say, and you want to bring up bonnets, yeah, I did. And when I saw a beautiful sister at the airport in Atlanta, we actually took a picture together. She had on a bonnet. That baby was so chocolatey and so beautiful, I had to walk up to her and say, why ever would you want to hide all your beauty? And when that sweet baby came out, that baby.
Thank you for becoming a member. Name I can't pronounce because I can't really see. Is it Prize now? I don't know. Y'all not can't pronounce it right, but thank you for becoming a member.
Bathroom, and you saw that beautiful natural hairstyle on that sweet sister, and with tears in her eyes and tears in mine, we held on to each other. So I'm not backing up. I'm not being quiet. I don't care if it's an all boys club. I don't care if the boys get together and want to support what they know is wrong. Yeah, I feel sorry for all of your wives and all of your daughters and all of your children. If you know you're supporting something that you know is wrong, and what my husband has always said to me, when you know you support what's wrong, you will succumb to what you support. So if y'all want me to go away and be quiet, don't come to where I play.
I don't. You on my screen. I'm just playing. I'm gonna let it go.
Don't come to where I play. But if you come to where I play, I'm going to play the way I want to play.
And I mean, so I win. Thank you, Tasha Thomas, for the super sticker. She gonna come for me. Look, she can try. She don't want to smoke. I don't play fair.
For those of you who say, oh, here she get ready to take herself there.
There you go again.
For my community, I'll take myself there. It's a damn shame that you won't.
And part of the reason for that is because when you know what it is to be violated and nobody has your back, you know you got to fight the fight sometimes alone.
So let's bring it back to victims having to fight fights. Let's bring it back to that, okay? That's what they be doing.
But when you get in a position that you can make some noise, because at one time, her voice was deemed as being irrelevant. When she got to Hollywood, she was told that big, cute, sexy thing you doing, that ain't gonna work. Academy Award and 32 years of coming in the game and a 23-year running sitcom says differently. And this conversation is really us saying to the folks out there, believe what you're seeing, believe it. And when you see the truth, don't be afraid to stand up against it, because if you don't, the lie, it's going to sit you down. It's going to come back to get you.
And when somebody say, Monique, you the problem, you damn right. You damn right I'm the problem. You damn right I'm the problem.
No, they said it's not you, it's him. He's the problem.
No, if this baby keep putting it in, baby, Monique, you the problem. You are the problem. Well, let me address it. You damn.
That's how we know she a liar. And he a liar too. Now, the show ran for a couple of years. Now, it's been in syndication in some of the channels. We're going to say that, but it ain't like no current shit. You know, that's the old Monique.
Damn right I'm the problem. I'm the problem because I won't let you push. I'm the problem because I won't let you bully. So I'm okay with being the problem. It's okay. One time my husband said to me, Mama, don't run from people's words. Let them have what they're saying. You're right. I will agree to that. I am the problem. Because I
But
won't.
why?
Because I won't let you push and bully. Because I won't let you take advantage. I won't let you exploit. I won't let you do that, my babies. So again, my sweetnesses, we want to thank y'all for giving us your time. Even the ones that stayed in here the whole time and said, we the problem. What we doing? You love us so much that you stayed.
Miss Things, thank you. We're going to be the fucking problems. That's right.
Is that what that baby girl said?
Be the problem, sis.
Hey!
Be the problem.
We love you, sweet babies.
For free.
Now listen, June 18th in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Duke Energy Center.
Give it to him.
At the Duke Energy Center. But wait a minute, before I give it to him, can I just say something real quick? Because somebody just said, when you going to roast Corey Holcomb? I'm not. Corey Holcomb has been doing Corey Holcomb, baby, for years, honey. So I'm cool with Corey Holcomb. Get yours, baby. Get yours. D.L. Hughley, on the other hand, that's a different story.
Because she has an issue with DL. Corey Holcomb says crazy shit just like DL does. Corey Holcomb has also been on radio interviews saying crazy shit just like DL does. So they're asking her that for a reason. Why not Corey? Oh, you have no issue with Corey. Her issue with DL. Why? Because she has issues she's going to let go of, and she has a personal issue with him. And Corey will light her ass up. DL has shown her respect. Even in DL's read and his response to her was still respectful in a way. Okay?
So again, June 18th, Duke Energy Center, Raleigh, North Carolina. I told y'all I leave the stage to stage, right? And that stage, we're going to put it on the stage. So I love y'all. And let me say this too. I love D.L. Hughley. We love D.L. Hughley.
Liar.
We love Corey Holcomb.
That may be true.
We love all the black female comedians. We love us. We love us.
I don't believe you.
We ain't into the calling out game. We just want to call you up.
Put your finger there.
That's all. So my sweet babies, know that this old girl right here and this old guy right here, we love us for real. Thank y'all for tuning in.
When bullshit is on display, we have to sometimes call it out. Okay? Now, Monique and Sydney, a.k.a. Prom Queen, and Daddy Son, is on complete BS. Okay? So, anyone who makes their opinion on Monique now at least has a full idea of how she feels and what she thinks and how things go. Me, on the other hand, I'm over it. Monique will forever be somebody who I think is an agent of chaos. I also believe that she fully is a queen of ash because she burns shit down and then she tries to move on. So that's on her. My camera ran down, something pop off because I don't want to be pausing and freezing for no reason. So that's what it is. Look, it's over. Look, I'm finna leave the house. I need some food. I am hungry. I am sleepy. I am tired. Okay, it's all kind of things going on around here. Okay, food is just all up and through. Tasha, thank you, Tasha, for the super sticker. Okay, I am always appreciative of anybody sending me anything. Okay, because I was Prom Queen. Drove me crazy. Okay, completely insane. But I always say sometimes we have to have these little watch-alongs or whatever to get on the same accord of knowing it's on bullshit. She's on bullshit. Right. She won't go to folks who will stoop to her level. Because even when Steve Harvey responded, which I played on my live earlier from today, even he let me see if I can find it. Steve didn't even care. Steve was like, girl, get her out my face. Okay? Don't do it. I don't want to hear it. Because she only wants to fuss with folks who she feel like she can bully. And that's just on P. But we're going to let the lady be. Because at this point, I think at one point we wondered, okay, will she, say sorry? Will she, oh, my bad, my bad. And it's like, no. She won't do that at all. She's not going to acknowledge anything that she's done. Okay. And yes, this foolishness I have been dealing with over the weekend, honey, between Love and Marriage Huntsville and this thing right here. I am tired. Tired. Okay, there's a lot of empty seats in Raleigh right now. Really? So, see, and somebody said that earlier, that she's probably doing all this stuff to sell tickets to her shows because folks ain't really buying tickets. So let me make folks think I'm going to be at my next show fully going in on DL or on Steve. And Steve said, not on my watch. Not on my watch. Because who has time for that? No one. No one wants to be up here fully just always going up, 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 up on BS. No one wants that. No one wants to consistently have to be fussing with somebody for no reason. No one wants that. Because all it does is create more and more chaos and issues. And because Monique truthfully don't have that much to lose. DL and even and Steve have shows that they're booked on a consistent basis. So why would they want to kind of respond to her in a way that could get them, you know what I'm saying, blacklisted? And she keep bringing them up. They're not even bringing her up. That's the crazy part. However, y'all, I'm going to leave it at here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead on and get me some rest. Okay. Y'all know I'll be back around here tomorrow to do P Valley and also put a ring on. That's tomorrow. Honey, it may be at 4 or 5. I don't know. I got to figure it out. I got to rewatch other shows. But I hope y'all had a good time, honey. Even that's why I say, even in the foolishness of what Monique is saying, I'll be around here trying to make it funny. Okay, trying to have conversation about it, trying to have an open dialogue about whatever. But do not forget to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, and. Okay, do not forget to like the video, hit that like button. Okay, do not forget to also follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG and also on Twitter. And y'all know, hit the share button to share me with those you love. Okay, who you don't like? I don't know. Okay, but again, a good time had by all. A good time had by all. Okay, and we'll be back to have a chat later on about something or about nothing. I don't know yet, because who knows what the day will bring. So if you around here as a subscriber, cut on your notifications or follow me on IG, because usually I will post when I'm about to pop up on live. Okay, on my IG. But other than that, y'all, it was a whole foolish day that we have now spent together on this fine Friday of Monique and Daddy's son. I was prime queen, blaming everybody except themselves. Okay? So I have to go. I love you all. Peace.